So, we're in Eastern Oregon, and we were driving along the road, and we just happened to see this tow truck driver here, all by himself, underneath of his rig. So we stopped to find out if he needed help, and he said no, not really, that he had just ran over a porcupine and lost his brakes.
He has air brakes on this, and so what happened is it wiped out his air lines going back to his brakes. So when you have air brakes, you have to do what's called canning the brakes in order to, that pushes the cylinders in to release the brakes, and so he can drive. And now he's going to be driving with only front brakes going back to Boardman, where this is from. So we are sitting here waiting on him to finish fixing it, giving him light, so with other cars coming along, they can see what's going on. We've got cars coming from behind us to the front. So just gonna wait for him to get his stuff done.
Yep.
He's pulled his brakes out, so that's good.
Okay.
He's testing him now.
Okay.
You're welcome. You too.
Thank you. Okay,
So there was an exciting time there. There's going to be a little bit of editing involved on this part of the video here, but that's okay. I sent a message to my sister on what happened, and she says she saw a porcupine down here earlier today as well. So, and I saw one closer to her property about 2 weeks ago. But see, well, I have no idea who that guy is. I have no idea what company. I've never even seen that company before. There it is, right there.
Oh, yeah.
And but it's only the right thing to do to stop, and even if you are helping by putting a set of lights on something, to help him out a little bit, and also bring more attention to the problem that he's got, so other motorists will slow down, then that's all good. Now, this is our first nighttime drive.
Yeah, it is really. I think we've only done this as a nighttime drive.
This will be short. We've only about 10. Well, we're going to run this for about 10 minutes for you guys. It'll be a short one. Maybe she'll do this as a midweek release.
Yeah, maybe. But I was thinking that I would keep it rolling, because a couple of times when we come out to the farm at night, we've actually seen critters. So that would be fun to capture some critters on the camera tonight.
But see, a nighttime drive is good for you guys, and I understand that, because you can't see the scenery. The only thing you can see is what we see with the lights in front of us.
Right. And we sure don't really have very much to talk about tonight.
No, the purpose of this trip is for us to bring home our RV for the first time. We have now owned this thing for over 3 months, and it hasn't been to our home yet.
Nope, and our old mobile command center has been sold.
Yep.
But we still get to see it every day.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
Our neighbor bought it from us, so and we made him a heck of a deal.
We made a heck of a deal, and a little bit of cash and some bartering, which again is one of the best ways to do it. If you financially don't need the money, granted the money would have been nice, but when you can barter and the benefit of the barter lasts for many years, if not a lifetime, then it's well worth it. We did bartering before, a little bit of cash and bartering on another vehicle with another set of neighbors. And
it's okay to have neighbor debt. It's very useful.
Yes. I like having neighbor debt, especially when the neighbors owe us.
Yeah.
But we sold a little S10 Blazer to our neighbor. He wrecked his little Nissan car, needed a transportation. They wanted a smaller 4-wheel drive, so it fit their needs, but they didn't have the money for it. So we worked out a deal where we'd take some cash, and then they would help us to build our retaining wall along our driveway. Now, that was probably one of the best bartering deals we've done, because we still are benefiting from that retaining wall today.
Yes, we are. And they did a great job on it from what they could do.
Right. I gave them instructions, and I helped them out getting it started, explained to them what I wanted and how I wanted it done, and they did it exactly how I wanted it done. Now, our only problem is when we put that retaining wall up, there was a big tree, maple tree. Well, now that maple tree is gone, and so part of the retaining wall has now been exposed, and we've got to work on that project next year.
And then we took an old garage out.
Yep, and we got to rebuild a retaining wall where the garage was at. So, helping others out, doing the bartering thing, it's all good.
It is. It's very good.
It's 9 o'clock.
I've been up since before 5.
Yes.
And I had a pretty crappy night's sleep. Just to put it mildly.
Now here you guys are seeing these blinking lights. That's all in unison up here. Those are the windmills. And when you get up to an area with some elevation around here, like my sister's house, and you look off at night, that's all you see are these red blinking lights, with most of them blinking in unison.
As far as the eyes can see.
Yep. We can see from their house clear up over to Washington State on the other side of the Columbia River, and you can see ground level basically at about a 40 mile radius, since they're perched up on a hill.
I'd say you're kind of conservative in the miles there. You can see further than that. But
Well, no, ground level. You can see a lot further mountaintops.
yeah, that's true.
Ground level. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm glad it was that tow truck driver hitting the porcupine rather than us.
Yeah. Or somebody else that...
Didn't have the capability of fixing their problem on the spot.
Right. Having to call the tow truck driver.
Yep.
I didn't think about it when we went by that we wouldn't have had any way to get it off of the road.
No, I don't have anything. I don't have any boots on or anything like that. Just
But, to save another driver. But we don't have anything at home that I can think of.
not in this car, no.
Yeah, besides, you don't want to get too close to it, but it's just hurt and not dead.
Oh, it was dead. It had a medium duty truck in it.
No.
It's dead.
There is that. Yep, another windy, curvy road.
Yep.
But he's driving.
Well, this is the little town of Cecil. And for those of you who follow Ann's channel, this is the little town where we had the rocking chair on the front of the old general store.
That was rocking by itself.
Yes.
Oh, that was just too perfect.
So we're in a familiar area, but it just differently since it's nighttime now.
Well, we haven't seen any critters at all, except for the dead one. Speaking of the dead, phew.
And for those of you who are wondering, yes, Rocky and Jewel are in the back seat. They are sleeping.
Being good babies.
Yep. Trying to take it easy so Rocky doesn't get car sick. Well, since we knew we were driving a lot today, they're probably starving to death because they haven't had their dinner yet. And it was purposely a treat deficit day. They are having treat deficit disorder.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't want to feed them a lot today with them traveling and him knowing now that he gets car sick.
Yeah.
So, TDD, treat deficit disorder. It's a real thing to a pug.
It is. Especially a spoiled pug. This almost reminds me about when I was a teenager and going out to Ashwood with my friend at night. Except for this road is better.
Oh, that road going to Ashwood is absolutely horrible.
It's been horrible for as long as I've known it, too. And I'm sure before then. would like to go, speaking of dead things and ghosts and stuff like that, there's a ghost town not far out of Ashwood too that I would like to go explore. Places that I've been to before that I just didn't, think about videoing it when we were there. Of course, I only started my channel a little over a year ago. So hopefully we'll be able to go on many more adventures.
I saw something big flying and I didn't catch it that well.
Flying?
Yep. It's probably an owl.
Could be.
I know out
They
there.
have hawks out here.
Well,
they have eagles out here.
I know they have a very large owl. I've seen him twice. The first time I seen him, he had a rabbit in his talons.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time I seen an owl was down at the gravel pit. I went down there my last trip just to kind of look around to see if I could find a rock. And I couldn't find any good rocks in a gravel pit.
So, yeah, they have a problem with rabbits out here. They're very cute and they're little, but they're like rodents. They like to chew on wires, on vehicles, farm equipment.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff.
They are very destructive.
And they do multiply every year.
I've had to eliminate upwards of, so far I've eliminated 5. And I forgot the high-speed lead thrower this trip.
For those of you that may be concerned about that and everything, there was some farm equipment that actually got damaged by these rabbits that caused a fire when our brother-in-law was in it.
Yep, he had it parked at outside of a shop, and he went to go start it up, and the rabbits got underneath the hood of this tractor, and it's a track tractor, and it ate the wiring insulation, which caused it to short out. And that short caused a fire. And he used, I think, 2 fire extinguishers, big ones, to get it out. And he was so close to losing his tractor.
Yeah.
And this tractor he uses is very specialized. And it's a lot of money to replace. And insurance wouldn't cover the full replacement cost. It would only cover a depreciated replacement cost.
Plus, it just happened so quickly that, he said that if other circumstances would have been in place, that he wouldn't have been able to get out of it in time.
Well, also, too, he could be thankful it happened at his shop. Because if it happened out in the middle of a field at the time of the year,
Yeah.
it would have burned it could have burned several thousand acres of wheat.
Right.
So it happened on a gravel lot at a shop. It was the best case scenario for a bad situation. So everybody, I think we're going to let you guys go here.
Yeah. Haven't seen very many critters. A lot of bugs flying by, but that's about it. So take care, everybody. Don't forget to hug your loved ones, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
See ya.